Virgos, welcome and welcome back to the Honey Sea Star Tarot, and welcome. It's our first official week walking into Virgo season. Happy birthday, everybody. Before we get started though, I just want to say thank you guys for all the ways that you love, support, lift this channel up, lift me up, lift each other up. Truly, you, each and every one of you, are what makes this a family, and each and every one of you are what makes it a difference, makes this channel a difference. So thank you. I love you back. Happy birthday season. Let's get started, because truly this week, as we walk into Virgo season, it is an epic shift. Are you ready for birthday blessings? Because I know I am. Before we get started, let's look at our cosmic oracles. So this week, as we start out on the 18th here, and I know I'm a little late, I apologize. I had a few appointments to go through today, and so I'm kind of getting this message out later than I wanted. But on the 18th here, as I'm recording, the moon, thank you, oh my goodness, the moon is moving into Cancer. So this is all about emotions, right, with the moon, and then with Cancer. And remember, Cancer, Jupiter is there right now. Venus is there right now. They're exalted. Spoiler alert, we have the triple conjunction this week. This is jackpot energy. And Cancer and the moon are all about emotions being exalted. In our 11th house of hopes, wishes, dreams, long-term goals, aspirations. And so right away, this is where the Spirit, this is gorgeous. Spirit is reminding you right off the bat here, especially with this birthday season, you are way too amazing to follow everyone else. Forge your own path. You're one of a kind. You were born to shine. And also to say goodbye to your past. Leave the baggage behind for good. And especially this year. Oh my goodness, Virgos, we've gone through so much transformation with all the planetary alignments, our South Node in Virgo as well. This is the time for our new beginnings, and spoiler alert, because I am going to do a separate read, but this weekend we have a new moon, the first of two, in Virgo, and this one happens to be at 0 degrees of fresh new beginnings in such a beautiful way. It's time to let your feelings out, all of them, even the ones that scare you. Don't take everything so seriously. Lighten up, especially with that Virgo in energy. Watch perfection. All of the lower expressions as well, being hypercritical or over-worrying, over-analytical, that analysis paralysis. Let it go, feel the flow, and do your thoughts need a reboot? Focus on the good in your life, especially if you feel those feelings of being overcritical or perfectionism aspects this month, because truly, Virgo season, it's blessing time, birthday blessings. And like I say, with this week, spoiler alert, we've got some pretty big jackpot energy coming through. It's gorgeous. I'll try and settle down. But getting back to the beginning. So on the 18th, we've got the moon moving into Cancer, and it happens to be squaring off with Saturn and Neptune. And remember, both of those guys until September 1st are in Aries in our 8th house of transformation. The moon exalted in our 11th house of hopes, wishes, dreams. This is going to kind of put a push-pull in the atmosphere. And then to top it off, we're going to get some help here as well, because the sun is also going to be trining our Chiron, which is our wounded healer, which is in Aries, initiation, action, also in retrograde as well, in our 8th house, transformation. This trine is like ripping a Band-Aid off in such a beautiful way, and with the sun shining on you, shining on these wounds, it's like you've got the confidence. It's like, I've got this. I can finally face the deepest, darkest, and it's not so bad. And we'll get into it, I promise. And then to top it off, we also on the 18th, as we walk into this week, have Mercury sextile with Mars. And remember, Mercury is in our 12th house in Leo. This is gorgeous energy. This is spiritual. Mars in Libra is all about our self-worth, money, income in our 2nd house, balancing the scales, getting our just deserves, and more importantly, exalting us in the way where our biggest asset is ourselves. And so let's get into this a little bit in depth. So when it comes to the push-pull with the moon and Saturn and Neptune, It's basically, you're going to feel it between nurturing your relationships and fulfilling your responsibilities today. There's a part of you that really will feel pushed to prioritize home, family, taking action as well, and initiating change. And so it's all about finding that balance between balancing your dreams, what you're building, your work, your wealth, your independence, with your home life, with your family, and like I say, about relationships and responsibilities. Now, with the Nine of Cups as well, you may be feeling with that push-pull, basically an excess of unfulfilled wishes or dissatisfaction in your life. Like I say, there's this unbalanced aspect where it'll be a push-pull between your independence and your responsibilities of how you take care of others. So rather than feeling a drive or need to control, it's best to feel, actually this should go over here, but either way, rather than feeling that drive or need to control the situation, because that's kind of when Virgos will typically tend to buckle down. The more that we can control chaos, the better we feel about it, right? Instead of doing that, feel your way through it. Utilize the Cancer moon's energy with your emotions. The only way through it is to feel it. Get into that flow. Because the Sun trining Chiron, our wounded healer, is all about inner healing, especially when it comes to unfulfilled dreams or that feeling of push-pull, of being pulled away from your dreams, I guess, in a lot of ways, with needing to tackle those responsibilities, right? And so instead of feeling dissatisfaction, feeling a need to control it, instead go with the flow and move towards calmer waters. You know, in a lot of ways, too, this is overcoming hardships. And like I say, the sun is shining and trining, didn't try and rhyme there, with Chiron, our wounded healer. So this is all about inner healing. The sun in Leo, in our 12th house, bunked up next to Mercury. This is, and especially, too, with all the transformation, the retrogrades that have been going on in July, this is where, if there was any unhealed aspects of unfulfilled dreams or regret, materialism, so it's got focus on money, careers, finances, relationships, where you're going, connecting to your faith, your strengths, your talents. This trine is coming in to turn those wounds to wisdom. More importantly, turn that pain to power. This trine is shining all this light on these old wounds. You could even be having some things surface from like deep childhood wounds, especially with the moon being in Cancer. This is bringing them up, but it's offering you this time, this trine, with optimism, personal power, high frequency healing, and it's so beautiful. Like it's basically enabling you this idea and this feeling, this expression to battle these scars that you may still have or that may need some TLC. And with the 12th house being activated, this is healing that's quite spiritual. It's deep. And you'll most likely feel this all week too, just saying, as we head into Virgo season. So with Chiron and Aries, action, initiation, there's confidence behind this. You're ripping that Band-Aid off. You're putting some bee propolis on it, I'm just saying, and it stings a little bit at first, right? But it prevents the scarring. It's amazing with its healing properties, with its antimicrobial properties. It gets deep into the wound and it cleanses, it purifies, it detoxifies, all of it. Every last bit, even the deepest depths. And this is where, with Chiron, with the sun shining on it, like I say, you're ripping that Band-Aid off. You're facing things with confidence, with authenticity. And it's kind of like you've got this confidence, this bright light shining on it where it's like, you know what? I got this. Frankly, I don't know why this is such a deep wound. Like, I mean, I get why it was such a deep wound. It was choppy waters, right? But things are so much calmer. You've got this. You've healed. You're no longer that person that was able to be pushed over. You've got the stability. You've got the strength. You're moving to a place of calm. You're also moving to overcome hardships towards a place of stability that is so prolific. And you've got your eyes looking forward. With the Page of Wands right away as well. I mean, both two cards back to back. One with travel and movement, another with exploration. This is charisma, excitement, freedom, creativity. And I can even testify this for myself. Like, I've had some old wounds with my family kind of pop up as well. And I'll spare you the details about my personal life. I don't necessarily, I think I've given you too much, guys, and a lot of that lately here as well. But the biggest thing that I got was just like, wow, you know, those old tricks, they almost insult my intelligence. Actually, they do insult my intelligence. They're so ego-driven, they're ignorant, I guess is how I would put it. With what that was kind of how I was felt with what I was dealing with, or just, like I say, the manipulation tactics. The same old tricks that basically used to push me over. Like I say, it was like a Band-Aid being ripped off even in my personal life, where it was just like, you know what, that's okay, do what you do. Do what you do best. I'm good. And that's kind of the feeling that you'll get with this whole trine. It's beautiful, it's empowering, it's facing things with confidence, but with authenticity, and loving yourself for every bit of who you are. Any unbalance in relationships, arguments, unrequited love, especially with Mars in Libra in your second house, you're realizing that all those conflicts, the breakups, the disagreements are not, I'm not trying to speak from the ego, but they're not meant for your greatest good. More importantly, they don't help make you rise, become, grow who you're meant to be, what you're meant to be, how you're meant to shine in this life. And so I hesitate to use the phrasing they're beneath you, but in a lot of ways, what you're coming through is as the High Empress. You're letting whatever was there that used to tempt you. Oh my gosh, I just, we'll get into this. This is, the bottom of the deck was calling me. I got sidetracked there with the cards, but this is where you're standing in your spiritual element. You're letting your intuition guide you. You're letting your discernment guide you. Like I say, it's not that you're trying to put anyone down. It's the fact that you're looking at things and you love everybody yourself. With Mars being sextile with Mercury as well, this is creative energy meets money and worth. You're putting your work out there. You're showcasing your skills, revamping your creative endeavors with new passion, finding new ways to make your passions lucrative, gorgeous. And the people that didn't believe in you, that wanted to tear you down, cause chaos or destruction in your dreams, in who you are, cause disasters in your life intentionally, cause pain. Like I say, I hesitate to use the words they're beneath you, but in the same regard, this is where you're coming to the table and you're standing in your honesty. You're not afraid of seeing that kind of criticism and knowing the realism behind it and the intentions. And if that resonates, by all means, put a heart in the comments below, because what you're seeing in it is the temptations. What you're seeing in it is the violence, the negativity, the karmic lessons that you were meant to learn. And instead, you're recognizing your worth, an emotionally supportive figure, how you lifted other people up. And now, coming into Virgo season, you're lifting yourself up, especially with the trine between the Sun and Chiron, and also Mercury being sextile with Mars. It's gorgeous energy, it's empathy, it's intuition with your psychic, your psychic abilities, your emotional strength, as well as your emotional intelligence. And this is where you're moving forward in such a beautiful way. Expect things to move fast, expect things to move quickly with excitement, and I will also say, coming into the 19th, get ready for birthday blessings. This is gorgeous. So, on the 19th here, we have a triple conjunction in Cancer between the Moon, Jupiter, and Venus. And with Jupiter at its highest point of exaltation in your 11th house. Remember, this is hopes, wishes, dreams, long-term goals, aspirations. This is jackpot energy. This is big blessings coming in for you. And it's right before we move into Virgo season on the 22nd. Stay tuned, because I'll do a Virgo season read. I'll also do a September read as we get closer. But a couple things that I want to just kind of prepare you for, because basically this triple conjunction happens between the 19th and the 20th. So on the 19th, to break it down, the Moon is going to be conjunct with Jupiter first. There's an increased hope, optimism, emotional fulfillment. There's high potential as well for financial goals and gains, all because of your efforts, because you believed in yourself. You may find also, too, that you're surrounded by supportive, like-minded people, friends, who share your aspirations. And on this channel, that goes the same. We're all here for you, lifting you up towards your dreams, towards your 10 of Cups, attainment of happiness, family, love, luck, success, stability, health. And health is wealth, right? This is where you're surrounded by the right people. It's a great time for community projects, collaborations. But if you're like me, where you also have this Chiron aspect coming into play as well, watch out for anyone coming in to take advantage of your positivity, because you will be radiant. And you've also got a can-do attitude like nothing else right now. With the moon's energy, there may be a blurring effect between the lines of helping and rescuing. So remember, you're not here to fix anyone else. You're not here to learn anyone else's lessons either for them. You're here because you've got your own lessons, and it's to reach towards your 10 of Cups. So during this time, just keep that in mind, that there may also be people that aren't necessarily for your best interest. Hence the temptations, right? They're probably going to be past relationships, family ties in a lot of ways as well. This is where keeping in mind that there's a difference between helping and rescuing. You're not here to rescue anyone in this life. Unless you're, signed up for like the firefighting team, search and rescue, unless that's part of your job. Don't get me wrong, because those guys are born heroes. But this is where keeping in mind that boundaries make healthy relationships. Whoever doesn't honor your boundaries aren't there that are really trying to lift you up to your highest good and for your highest good. Stretching yourself too thin, taking on responsibilities that aren't yours. This is a point where you'll be so exalted, so positive, so radiant, especially being a sign of service, walking into Virgo season, that this is going to be a temptation. So we also have the moon conjuncting with Venus on the 20th, early in the day. This is in the first half of the day. So like I say, they're all very kind of close transitioned between the 19th and the 20th. This is very special. And like I say, this is where between the two, this is jackpot energy, big blessings energy. So with Venus, this is love, romance, heightened intuition. It's also a very nurturing energy. It's coming through in a very nurturing way. Why I also, too, just forewarned you about past relationships is it's very nostalgic. It's sentimental. There's empathy, there's memories, emotional bonds are running deep with this conjunction and with this triple conjunction. And as the moon moves into Leo on the 20th, this is where things begin to truly shine along with this triple conjunction. It's gorgeous. So the moon's moving into Leo in the evening, and it also trines with Saturn and Neptune in Aries in our 8th house, and also 2 sextiles with Uranus in Gemini in the 10th house. So this energy is encouraging you, lifting you in what you do best, exalting you in what you do best, your analytical skills, your intuitive senses. This is where it's going to all help you with navigating complex situations related to shared resources, career. It's aligning you for growth and success. Like I say, we've got jackpot energy exalting you into this position then where you're looking at things in such a positive way. And also too, when it comes to shared resources, career, it's aligning you for growth and success through innovative thinking, problem solving, but kind of maybe like how I felt, where it's just like, wow, I've changed so much throughout this personal growth, this whole year with all of the alignments. It almost insults my intelligence to deal with lower vibrations with the same old tricks. It's kind of one of these things where it's like, yeah, no, just no thanks. Just no thanks. I don't need to repeat myself. I don't need to play games. You do you, I'll do me. And I'm going to be good at it. That's all I got to say. This is where you're innovative, you're problem solving in such a beautiful way. Now is the time to think outside the box. Think outside any boxes that you've put yourself in or that other people have tried to paint around you. This is the time to color outside the lines Explore new avenues, uncharted territories, and new approaches in what you do and in what you do best. And if that resonates, like I say, by all means, put a heart in the comments below. Share your thoughts in the comments below, because this is the time to get messy. It's like, I guess the best way that I would put it is, it's raining outside. This is the time to create a mudslide going into the river when it's raining, so that you go in with your creative flow, with your creative genius, and go with the flow. And side tangent, if you guys have not tried creating a mudslide on the side of a riverbank in the rain and sliding in, you've got to try it. I'm just saying, if you want to feel like a little kid, that's the way to go. I do miss living by a river for that. But with the Three of Cups, this is where, like I say, you may find that when old wounds come up, it's like it almost insults your intelligence, where people have been celebrating something too prematurely, basically. They didn't have your best interest at heart. There was betrayal. There was rejection. They left you to do things on your own. They didn't lift you up. There's things where it's like they tried to bank on the emotional bonds, where with the same manipulative tactics where, with things of like blood is thicker than water. This is where you're finding you have gone and transformed so much. You don't mind pulling up your sleeves and getting messy. You don't mind going into uncharted territories, because you're so strong this week. There is so many blessings surrounding you, walking into this energy with this triple conjunction, walking into Virgo season. The moon, Venus, Jupiter, exalted into your 11th house of hopes, wishes, dreams, with Mars and Libra, calling in what's fair, with Mercury in our 12th house. This is spiritual. This is deep. This is knowing who you are, embodying the Empress energy. And it's all before we walk into this new moon in Virgo. I'm so excited to do that read. I'm just saying. But this is heartfelt energy, heart chakra wide open, and more importantly, heart chakra healing in such a beautiful, prolific way. You're standing as the Empress energy in all your love. Nothing knocked down your heart. Or if it did, you've taken the time, done the work to heal your heart, to lift yourself back up, but more importantly, to stand in exactly who you are. And you're really recognizing, seeing, feeling, experiencing your powers, your prolific fertility when it comes to really like making your material success, standing in your beauty and seeing just how radiant you are, enjoying and calling in, signing a soul contract filled with abundance and pleasure, success. No longer selling yourself short because people have tried to convince you that you deserve less than what you deserve. This is gorgeous energy. This is beautiful. And like I say, this is creative genius flow. It's got growth. It's got progression. It's dynamic. This is embracing all the dualities of yourself. Like I say, this week, especially with Chiron involved, it's looking at what was meant to tear you down or wound you to a place where people expected you not to get up. And it's now your wisdom. It's now where you're turning that wisdom into lucrative results. You're turning that pain into power in such a spiritual way. And more importantly, like I say, it's about business. We've got Uranus involved. It's about your worth, self-worth, income, salary. It's like you're writing a book about your story and what you've triumphed, right? Why you're still standing. You're creating art in such a way where it's like, oh my goodness, you're sharing your story and healing others as well. You're taking those aspects, your story, the lessons of your soul contracts, and you're finding a way. It comes to mind, because I know I've quoted him before, not to bring that up too much or try to, but like with Eminem, he found a way to be so transparent about his life. I'm not going to swear, but it's like as he put it, said like his fans are his biggest assets. His story was his biggest asset. Them going through that, he's got the most loyal fans out there because he was real. All of his stuff, all of his bull stuff, I'm not going to swear. And then also all of his celebratory stuff, his family, right? And all of the issues with his mom, he turned that into a song. Turned that his story into a lucrative business. I mean, a beautiful thing. He also took down the lines of music genre and expectancy when it was trying to be intermingled with different race diversity. There we go. He flipped the scales in such a beautiful way. He was different. At times he made a lot of money being mean, right? His diss tracks. But more importantly, looking at how he's been able to break out 3 different parts of himself through his music, through his life, and how he's rapped, right? But he's turned his success from his story. That's what this whole week, walking into Virgo season, is all about for Virgos. It's synergy. It's looking at the dynamic balance of every bit of you and loving every piece of that and using it to develop projects, ideas, relationships, coloring outside the box, going into uncharted territories without fear. This is such a beautiful energy, and it leads towards your 6 of Pentacles. This is fairness, your karmic justice in a lot of ways too. Your knowledge, your experience, sharing it with others, and bringing balance. And remember, this is 2 heart-to-heart chakras back to back with the throat chakra here. You're giving voice to your heart, your soul's purpose, your shadows, bringing you stability because of that voice, because you're putting your heart and bringing harmony and integration with emotion into what you are, who you are, what you do. Remember, with this trine, with these trines that we've had, it's all about your 10th house, career, fame, reputation, whatever you put your energy into for how you want to be known in this life, how you want to be seen. With Mars's energy, income, worth, salary. And then 2, your inner warrior with Aquarius, with Pluto, right? So on the 21st, last day of Leo season, we also have the moon moving from, in Leo, I should say, moving and sextiling with Mars and Libra, again, 2nd house, and conjuncting with Mercury as well. This is a time to explore new opportunities, financial growth, self-expression, such a nurturing energy. And it's time for you, especially throughout this week, especially as we walk into Virgo season, to nurture your creativity, because Mars is giving you the confidence and the action, the go-getter attitude. You can accomplish anything. You are not your wounds. In fact, your wounds are your wisdom. It's gorgeous energy. It's so empowering. And then the moon is giving you that emotion. Mercury is giving you the downloads, the strength, the creativity, and the creative flow to manifest. This is the time truly where it's like, what comes to mind is like show me the money kind of day and energy. This is the time to listen to your inner voice and go with the flow and where it leads you, because the 5 of Wands came out 50-50. So on one side of it, it's about clash of ambitions, chaos, competitions, disputes, envy from others, feeling a lack of unity. On the other side, it's about the fighting is subsiding. You're ignoring the conflict because it's beneath you. There's compromise, yes, but it's through cooperation, through opportunities, and it's through new cycles, new opportunities, new challenges, adjustments, change, where you're finding your freedom. This week's, like I say, it's all about big blessings, jackpot energy, and you truly are your biggest asset, especially as we end out Leo season with that divine fire ignited within you now going into Virgo season. And as well, we also have Saturn's karma involved. This is your just dues. It's birthday blessing season. It's birthday blessing week. And as we move in to Virgo season on the 22nd, also a big numerology day, I'm just saying, 2-2. This is about dualities, balance, unity. It's time to it's time to get to work, basically. Leo season is all about the funsies, right? You're exploring, you're creating, you're transforming, you're going with the flow, especially with all that work with your divine connection. Now we're in our real house. This is your birthday season. It's time to, you're getting to work. You're getting down to business. This is an epic shift of energy. It's your birthday season where you're breaking out that checklist, your to-do list. You're being practical, organized with work, routine, relationships, colleagues, coworkers, health, wellness, improving your overall health as well. Mental, physical, spiritual. This is where you're all coming into alignment, and with Mercury in our 12th house as well. Now direct, it's decisive action with clarity, tackling agendas, projects with practicality. You're preparing for this new fall harvest. You're at your wheelhouse doing what you do best. You've got this. You're ready. This is the time to trust in the big picture. It's also detoxing. It's a cleansing season of purity, right? So it's time to release and also to let go of any of that negativity and embrace the healer, the teacher, the human experience within you. And I will also say, spoiler alert as well. So think back these last 2 years when it was your birthday. This is the first Virgo season in 2 years that we will not see the sun in Virgo opposite Saturn. Karma's on your side. This whole Virgo season, your just deserves, especially with Mars and Libra. Get ready, I'm just saying, because this is a season of big blessings for Virgos in such a beautiful way, especially, like I say, Jupiter is in our 11th house. This is where you are standing in your enthusiasm, in your creativity, ready to explore without fear. You're walking into the season with such great energy, and it's all spiritual. There's new projects, new plans, messages as well, especially with Mercury in our 12th house, and it's all good news. You're grounded in your Virgoan energy. You've been lit with that divine fire through this Leo season, and now we've got Cancer touching your heart with the moon, with Jupiter, with Venus as well. And Venus will be bunked up here. I want to say it's the 23rd or the 24th here. So she will be changing signs. Get ready. I'll do a separate read on that as well. But right now, this is about the Two of Cups energy. It no longer, like the conflict is basically beneath you, I guess is how I would put it. The wounds are no longer yours to bear. The responsibilities that you've been carrying for others, no longer yours. You're putting them down. This is where you're making good connections that are truly meant to lift you up, exalt you to your highest potential. You know the discernment of what's good for you, what's meant for you, and you're detoxing yourself from all the toxicity that wasn't. This also, too, is Venus blessing you in such a beautiful way. Like I say, Venus, especially with her triple conjunction here between Jupiter and the moon, this is about love, romance, heightened intuition in such a nurturing way. It's sentimental energy. It's nostalgic, yes, but you're only taking the ones where the emotional bonds are true and run deep like roots, and that are compatible, that have mutual attraction, not manipulation. This is where you're looking at those Three of Swords, those misunderstandings, the pain, the heartbreak, the disappointment, storms, quarrels, power imbalances, and you're releasing them. And you're balancing those scales with Saturn giving you the karma that's meant to be yours, the good karma that you've earned because you've done the work. You're no longer who you used to be, that used to basically be the pushover or get rolled over on. People could take advantage of you. Self-sacrificing for the sake of others, right? This is where instead you've got gentle compassion, not only for yourself but for others. And you can also look at those relationships in a loving way where you've given them up to God. You've given that energy in anything that they try and manipulate you with, and you've released that, but instead you've thanked it. You released it with gratitude is what I'm trying to say, in a way where it helped you rise to knowing who exactly you are. And that is where the sun moving into Virgo, shining in all your energy, you're in your wheelhouse, you're in your spiritual power. Mercury is direct. Again, this is decisive action with clarity, tackling exactly what you need to do. Now, I do just want to say as well, because you're ready, you've got this. Virgos, I'm one of them, remember that. This is the time, especially with the sun shining in Virgo, to just watch those lower expressions, right? Trust in the big picture, and remember that we're all human. So watch over worrying or the need or feeling of needing to control chaos, right? Remember, chaos is alignment in a lot of ways. This is where we need to relinquish the control. Also, to watch the being overly hypercritical of yourself, of others, or the need to feel like you have to be perfect or that things have to be perfect. The bigger picture, life, is meant to be messy. Detox yourself, cleanse yourself of any negativity like that, and embrace the true healer and teacher that you are, because we're all beauty having this wonderful experience as humans. This is where you're truly meant to shine, especially with all the alignments, all the transformation that you've gone through this whole year. I know it feels like relentless, right? But this is where, especially without the opposition between Saturn and the Sun during this Virgo season, expect a beautiful blessing all birthday season in the way where it's a huge relief. Expect to be exalted in freshness, freedom. With your Six of Cups, this is basically about living simple pleasures. Also, too, being present in the here and now and being cognizant of how the past, where you've been looked after, has brought balance, symmetry, harmony, integration, and also, too, reciprocity. That's the time to really light yourself up, especially when it comes to the shadows, especially with all that you've overcome, and receive soul's blessing as we walk into Virgo season, because it is your it is your freedom, it is your purity, and it's your harvest. And like I say, spoiler alert, this new moon in Virgo adds 0 degrees on the 23rd. Stay tuned because I'm going to do a separate read, but this is supercharged. This is a huge reset in fertile soil, all the transformation that came through this whole entire year, through all of July, all the work that you've done truly is meant for this new moon. And we get not one, but we get 2 in Virgo. This is meant for you. This is your new beginning. It's freshness. It's heart as light as a feather, but more importantly, when it comes to any type of past wounding, it's your freedom. It's time to start planting seeds in such a supercharged way. This is like the season of blue moons when it comes to this, what I'm trying to say. This new moon is like a blue moon of all moons. It's beautiful. It's got so much freedom involved with it. Know what I meant, not what I said. But either way, oh my Lanta, that's a little much. I'm going to put some of these back. Oh my goodness. But this is truly where you are shining in your greatness, in all that you are. And at the bottom of the deck, this is where it's your new beginning. It's your choice. You're no longer living your life for others. You're no longer feeling like you have to live your life based on what others feel or think about you, right? This is you being you in every beautiful, beauty that you are, even the lower expressions, and recognizing that it's your show. It's your story. This is your next new chapter. Like I say, stay tuned because this new moon is so freeing. It is absolutely beautiful, and it's standing in all your purity, in everything that you are. And I mean, with everything that fell out with the spirit animals, this is where it's like with the fox right away, side tangent 2, foxes mate for life. I'm just saying. This is where you're truly coming into alignment with who you are, what you are, but also who's meant to walk with you going forward. This is also too tackling problems with solutions that are outside the box, being open to the resources and instincts within you and around you. And like I say, a little side tangent, be open for romance because it's there. Just saying. But with the dragonfly, this is magic. This is embracing your transformation and seeing just how much that your past does not define you, but it helped with raising you, helping you raise yourself up to just how brilliant, blessed, and beautiful that you are, how courageous you are, how magical you are as well, how powerful you are, how indestructible you are, and how much it's imperative that you honor your intuition and go where it leads you during this time. And remember, love and gentleness are your true, real strength. You succeed because you're indomitable. You're also a shaman as well. You've got your ancestors walking with you. You're the creator and the magician. Now is the time to use your gifts because there's power in your wisdom. There's power in your words. It's time to claim your place, and it's in a place of greatness. Love is your strength. Leadership is your path. Remember, we're the teachers. We're the healers of the zodiac. We encompass such a stoicism? Correct me in the comments. No judgment. I mean, you can judge. It's fine. I'm not judging myself. But this is where your wisdom inspires everyone that you meet. Those wounds helped you rise. They do not control you or define you, though. This is where you can overcome any problem. Second card that came out. You will naturally and easily achieve success. And like I say, this is where it's like doors, birthday blessings are opening. This is jackpot energy with this triple conjunction with Virgo season. There's an epic shift in energy where it's like we had the funsies with Leo. We had the funsies with connecting back to our spirituality, our spiritual being, our spiritual holistic wholeness. Now's the time where the door is open, where the world, your story, your path is yours. It's your choose your own adventure. It's your personal choice. Now is the time to close your eyes, connect with that inner radiance, and ask yourself, where do you want to go? What animal are you imagining? What strengths are they known for? What wisdom do they share? Now is the time to embrace every bit of you and walk forward in your new chapter. So before we go as well, I just want to take a look at any major arcana. Music, cannot stress it enough. I know I do on every reading here, but music, meditation, frequencies. This is what unblocks and realigns, right? And so what we pulled here, oh my gosh, it's all about the heart chakra. Is there any doubt? This is truly about knowing your soul's calling and truly listening. Ears wide open, heart wide open, with heart-brain harmony, heart-brain-earth harmony, and owning your sass. I know I'm a weirdo, but that's fine. I can embrace it. I love it. But that's your science, your art, your spirituality. You are now one. You are heart, mind, body. Gorgeous. This is also soul, spirit, and body, all aligned with the Empress energy. So what we've got is F sharp and then also green. Embrace these, embrace this chord, this color note I meant, this energy as you walk forward with your heart chakra. Because remember, your heart chakra, when it is open, when it is clean, when it is pure, standing in that Empress fertility, this is about knowing that you're truly a divine vessel of love. You're actively supported, and same goes for on this channel in the Honey Sea Star family. This is about cleaning yourself so that you can be of service to others, constantly seeing a world through a compassionate lens, holding a space of forgiveness for yourself each and every day. Practicing the devotional art of kindness, because that's who you are. Like I say, that conflict is beneath you, not because of the ego. It's because you are absolutely beautiful with the Empress energy. You're nurturing. You're kind. You're loving. Getting into those lower vibrational scales of two wrongs making a right when it's really not right, that's beneath you. Instead, you're walking forward with gratitude for all that is, all that was, all that's on its way. And like I say, stay tuned, because this is going to be huge energy as we walk into Virgo season. Big pictures at hand here with your new beginning, with this new moon. It's a huge reset, and it's reset of fertile soil, walking in and preparing for this fall's harvest, because it truly is your harvest. And so I truly hope that this reading helps. I am sending you guys so much love and light. Welcome. Happy birthday to Virgo season. I will see you guys in the next reading, and have a wonderful week.